And if any of you call me Carlton who went through puberty, I'll fucking kill you. Clean the pouch. Okay? So do that, you know? It's good. I'm so happy. I'm so happy to be outside. Oh, it's so nice. I know we got Philly in the building. Yeah. I know Jersey's probably in the building. I know Delaware's here, because y'all should leave Delaware at any time. You should leave the house. I'm not from the Tri-State, man. I'm not from the East Coast. I'm actually from Columbus, Ohio. Yeah, Ohioan. And we moved because we got out, and you can't make us go back. You cannot. You can't. We got out. From Columbus, Ohio, man. I moved here 8 years ago. Because like the old saying goes, life is short. So move to Philly, make it shorter. Do like Kesha says, jolly up. I love Philly, it's my second home. I do love this place a lot. Y'all have my heart. Also didn't have hypertension 5 years ago, so nothing serious. You know what I love about Philly? I love this city so much because y'all are just so educational. You teach all the time. Y'all taught me how to see Woodard properly. Yo, I used to think that John was the name of a person. Well, turns out it's a person, place, thing, or idea, isn't it? So I've been here, I've been here 8 years. I've seen the ups, seen the downs. There's a lot of downs. But in 2018, y'all went and won the Super Bowl. Y'all went and defeated the Tom Brady, nothing happening, piece of trash New England Patriots. And fuck that guy, he kisses his kids weird. Yeah. He's out here giving his sons open mouth kisses. He gives a supermodel wife a peck on the cheek. That's sweet. It should be called surviving Tom Brady. Is what it is. Y'all won the Super Bowl 3 years ago. And you motherfuckers haven't been the same since. You guys think you're back to normal, you're not. You guys have been doing weird stuff. Like holding open doors. You know, saying please and thank you. It's all over. You know? And I live in Center City, so when y'all won, I got super excited and I ran out to Broad Street because I knew I was going to see some shit that I had never seen before and I would never see again. Y'all didn't disappoint, you didn't. Y'all, I saw men crying in front of other men. I saw women hug men and they didn't know. That was stressful. But there was a powerful moment for me personally. So I went to go home, and I turned around, and I made eye contact with a cop. And he had tears streaming down his face. And he stuck his hand out, and he was like, we did it. Eagles, bro. And I was like, that's entrapment. No. Don't give me that way. No. I went to work the next day, my coworker was like, yo, dog, you were out in that? And I was like, yeah, man, I was out in that. He's like, yo, when did you know that it was time to go home? Because it might not be safe. And I was like, oh, when I saw white boys perfectly reciting Meek Mill lyrics. I was like, oh, you know, all the worst of dreams and nightmares and sound like him? We gotta go. It's not. Yeah, so I'm Midwestern. Actually, both of my parents, though, are from the continent of Africa. They're from Nigeria. And they moved here in the 1970s. They had me in the 1980s. And I'm the first person in my entire family to be born in the United States of America, which means I am the goddamn Lion King. Good. Hi, Simba. Hello. America does a good job of marketing. Amazing, still to this day. So much so, like, so many of my family members still want to come here. 4 years ago, my 30-year-old cousin chose to move from Lagos, Nigeria, to Columbus, Ohio, in October. And she hates it. You know? I don't blame this country. I don't blame America. I blame her, because we told her she didn't listen. We told her don't do this. I remember talking to her on the phone, and I was like, look, cousin, don't come here. You're not about this American life. You're not ready for it. And she got super upset with me, and she was like, you know what, cousin? You think I can't handle America because of racism and because of Trump. And I was like, no, Cindy, I don't think you can handle America because you ain't never experienced fucking winter before. We don't have seasons where you come from. We have 4, and sometimes they mix. 4 months later, she called me, cousin, my nose won't stop running. That's allergy. I told you no dice. But yeah, I was like, I've got Nigerian parents, you know, and I was raised by a single mom. I was raised by my mom. She's a great woman. She's tremendous. She's kind of like your mama, but she's my mama. So she better. I love my mom, man. I love her, man. She raised me as a single parent, runs her own healthcare company for the past 17 years. And guys, 5 years ago, at the age of 61, she got her PhD. My mama is amazing. I'm gonna tell mama y'all clap for her. My mom is literally a walking Tyler Perry film minus him and drag and the shitty override. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a good woman, you know? I love my mom. And for all you moms here, I know y'all are here. We appreciate y'all greatly. Thank you for your service. Y'all are weird people. You're weirdos. Moms are weirdos. My mom's a weirdo. She is. She does weird stuff, and she says weird things. I was home for the holidays, and I was helping her put up a Christmas tree. And I asked her a very basic question. I was like, hey, mama, what's your favorite color? And this woman looked at me and said, oh, honey, the blood of Christ. I was like, mama, I would have also accepted red. That's fine. She gets so worked up. We were watching MSNBC and there was a political rally and she got really tight out of nowhere. She's like, you know what, honey? I don't get these damn rallies. And excuse my French, but a bunch of people wake up really early in the morning, they drive this location, I bet you the parking is probably terrible. They get in there, a bunch of loud music is playing, AC probably doesn't work, place probably just wants your money, and I bet you most of them people are just there to have sex. And then someone gets on stage, they promise to make everything get better, and nothing ever gets better. Honey, what the hell? And I was like, mama, you just described your church. Non-denominational Christian church. When you're Nigerian, you don't got too many options. Doctor, lawyer, engineer, make a lot of money, or work 29 jobs. And I'm terrible at math, so I've had 29 jobs. You know, I bartended for 7 years when I moved out here. Bartended a long time, so please take care of the wait staff. Bartended so long, I had to get out. I had to quit. It was making me a bad person. I was judging people based on what they were to drink. I've been judging you this entire time. You can tell a lot by a person based on what they were to drink. You really can. Someone orders a Yingling, that's a blue-collar American who likes missionary sex every night. Standard. Someone wants a vodka soda, hey, that's a CrossFit alcoholic who don't want no calories. You know, okay? Someone orders a shot of Fireball, that's a white girl who likes Lizzo way too much. These are rules. Someone orders a drink with Hennessy in it, that's a black man that cheats. These are rules. And I worked at concert venues, so I worked at the Electric Factory. Or Frank the Music Hall, whatever. So I remember one time I worked at an EDM concert, and this kid came up to me, and he was like, hey man, can I get 3 Long Island iced teas? And I was like, young man, have you thought about therapy? Have you thought about therapy? I didn't even make the drink, I just slowly slid him a referral number, so you can I don't want to be so judging, but we gotta get rid of that one. That one we do. You can't do these Long Islands no more, they gotta go. They have to. If you're over the age of 25 and you still drink Long Island iced teas, I have something very important to tell you. Your parents' divorce was not your fault. You were a child. It wasn't on you. Working that deal, what's so crazy about working at a concert venue, you have to work so many shows that I would normally never see. Right? So one time I worked a heavy metal concert. And the headlining act was the legendary heavy metal group that is known as Slayer. And let me tell you, white people, what some of y'all do for fun is so troubling to me. You understand? I'm not yucking your yum, it's different, you know. It was an outdoor event too, it was outdoors. There were 3,000 people outdoors, and there were 500 shirtless white men. And I know, because I counted. And these dudes all had tattoos on their bodies that could best be described as, hey, you know, my dad never hugged me. But this Jägermeister meth is kicking. Let's do it. So they came in, that's what they started. They started doing the mosh dancing, and that's when white people get y'all engaged. Y'all know what you do. 7 hours they moshed, uninterrupted. Rain came, thunder came, lightning came. They kept moshing. And I noticed a shirtless dude at the foot of my bar who had a death before dishonor tattoo around his neck. And he proceeded to punch himself in the face as He punched himself so hard, he knocked his bottom tooth into his mouth. He spit it out, and with blood streaming out of his mouth, he yelled, "Fuck yeah, Slayer!" Now I'm gonna fuck. And it was at that moment I realized why white people have never lost wars. I saw it. Killing machine. And now people arguing with a reason that it's a Terminator. Yeah. If you're in your 20s, clap. Yeah. Post-pandemic, like depression. Yeah. If you're in your 30s and up, clap. See how we just kill y'all? See that? It's not because we're more excited. We've just given up. We've accepted it. Clapping hard as hell. They don't care about the rotator cuffs no more. We don't care. It's over. It's done. It's done. You in your 20s, y'all so arrogant. Y'all so arrogant. I can't even stand people in their 20s. Look at him. Look at this one right here. Arrogance. It's just like, oh, nice man. Can't stand him. Arrogant. Hope in his eyes. On his parents' health insurance. Hate it. You know? I remember being you. I remember that. I remember being in my 20s. I was young, arrogant, spry. Hangovers didn't exist. I can still think that Miller Lite tasted good. I turned 31. My stomach got sensitive and my check ankles light came on. I was like, wait a minute. I like doing comedy, man. You gotta have fun. Because, you know, we are in bad shape. You got to. I was talking to a coworker last month, asked him a basic question. I was like, yo, man, how's your day going? And he was like, this country's going to hell. So you know how that goes. And I was like, yeah, you didn't answer my question. He's like, no, man, I'm pissed off. Because I feel like there are no more great Americans. And guys, I fundamentally disagree. There are great Americans everywhere. You just got to think about things a little bit differently, right? So a politician might not be a great American. An athlete might not be a great American. But in my humble opinion, I believe that Ice-T is top 5 dead or alive greatest American that has ever lived. Yes. And we're united. You see how he's seriously, if Ice-T's not your top 5 list, fuck your list. What other light-skinned black fella do you know can grow up with the name Tracy? He becomes a pimp and a drug dealer in the 70s. He does not get killed. He does not go to prison. He then joins the army. He goes AWOL. Still doesn't go to prison. Then in the 80s, he starts rapping, becomes very successful. Then in the late 80s, he starts a rock group called Body Count. Drops a song called Cop Killer that's an underground hit. He gets dropped by his label, and with all of America looking at him like, yeah, what the hell are you gonna do now? Ice-T? Ice-T was like, oh, I'll become a cop on TV. That's for you, Dick Wolf money. Guys, that has been my time.